What is going on, guys? So yeah, this is my first YouTube live with shorts. I just thought I'd try something different. Oh, the sound is too low now. Right, yeah, so we're doing a mushroom farm. I just thought I would try a different farm, something a little bit different. I haven't done a stream in a while. I was just getting all the OBS settings together. The build is tragic. So yeah, I'm on PCNA. And I've just got all the mushrooms mapped out. As I did do a latest video of just showing like a guide on how to farm these, if anyone's interested. Because they do drop something very rare. What have I got on this build? I've not played on PC in quite a while. Get out of my way. I still can't see these. Is this actually coming up on the shorts as well? Because I wasn't sure. It should be a vertical stream, so it should be coming up on the shorts feed, if anyone could let me know. I want these pins even bigger. Right, let's just go to the add-ons. "3D pin settings." I'll just keep pushing these bigger and bigger. Did that even change the settings? Hi there, welcome to the stream. So yeah, I haven't done a stream in probably over a month. I've just been mostly doing videos. I'm not actually where I'm meant to be. I normally start here. It took me absolutely ages on OBS to work out how to do a vertical stream, because I've never done one before. I always just do the standard ones. And most of my streams, like recently, well, that I done like last month, they were just mostly PvP based. So just thought I'd do some farming. So you can see on this side, yeah, they're pretty dense. So I'm just basically going to be farming these, and like I said, you could get a rare drop. That's basically what I'm doing them for. I said I will be doing other stuff on different streams and that. But yeah, it's just nice to be on PC because I've been mostly playing Xbox. But you're just so limited on Xbox. You just can't have all these like add-ons and stuff, and that's why I don't really do much farming on Xbox because I can't even see them. Whereas this is just like nice and easy on PC. It's just like living on. It's just day and night. But yeah, I'm still on Xbox, mostly for my like, PvP builds and stuff. But yeah, it's a new year, so I thought I'd try something new. So how is everyone's new year going so far? Wonder what is in store for this game? Because they're getting rid of the chapters. And they're turning it into like seasons and sort of smaller bite-sized DLC. So yeah, it's going to be a pretty interesting year for ESO. Whether it's for good or bad, we still don't really know because they were pretty vague with the details. Everyone drop the stream a like as well, please. And drop us a sub if you're not already subscribed. I do mostly PvP builds. I do some PvE stuff and just sort of gold guides and farms for the Elder Scrolls Online. I need to put on something that's actually going to deal with more damage because... Where'd he go? Oh, he's gone. Speed is key. So I thought maybe like a vertical short stream might just be a bit more, just different and interesting, like I said, because it's a new year. I just wanted to try something new rather than the standard, you know, like the horizontal streams. I was trying to work out how everyone else does it because it's a lot of fiddling around in the OBS studio, but I've finally managed to crack it. I'm probably going back to the same one now. But yeah, particularly with Vardenfell, it's quite difficult to find the nodes, and just on console it's just an absolute nightmare. So yeah, it's good to be farming on PC and A. Even though I might get a lucky drop. I mean, I've done a lot of thieving streams and stuff, so I probably will be going back to them. Now I've got it set up how I want it to, so I can do different types of streams. I'm normally after, yeah, like rare items and stuff. But all the best stuff is in Vardenfell, to be fair, like with the paintings, you know, like the lock boxes, they're like really valuable. You know, the mushroom furnishings are really valuable. Everything that is like a rare drop is basically in Vardenfell, so it's a good place to farm. It's not the most efficient if you just want raw loot, you know, like tons of plants or whatever, but that was not a mushroom one there. Yeah, I've only got the I haven't got the clothing or the other plants. I just want to stick to these for a while. So yeah, I recently put together my new PC. So it's took me a while to get all like the add-ons and stuff. But I haven't really got many add-ons. I think it's literally just the harvest map node one. I'm not really into all the combat metrics and just a load of like visual clutter on the screen. I need to turn my TV brightness up. That's better. We are a bit of a bit, and I don't think. But yeah, it just makes it so easy. I feel sorry for console players who can't do this, but like I said, I'm also a console player, so that's what I said, yeah, I'll just primarily do any farming that I need to do just on PC. It's just so much easier. So I can just probably keep going. I mean, I do the farming on the Xbox with the lock boxes because I've just memorised where they are. So I don't really need to have the lock boxes up on here. But trying to memorise these, it's just too much. They're really hard to spot as well. So just having these markers just makes life easy. But as you can see on the shorts is a image of the most expensive like item in the game basically, which is just a simple mushroom. Simple furnishing is just incredibly rare. That's the only thing that makes it you know, highly sought after. But yeah, if anyone's got any questions about the game or like my personal thoughts of what's going on with the 2025 and moving forwards, as there's been a lot of controversy at the moment with YouTubers and stuff leaving. It's all really sort of up in the air at the moment. You know, there's no chapter being announced. It's all sort of gone. It's going in a different direction. Like I said, whether it's going to be good or bad, like I said, we still don't really know because there just isn't enough details. But we're in January now, so we're probably going to get some form of announcement. I would have thought probably at the end of this month. So we probably ain't got to wait much longer to see what is happening with this game. You know, a lot of players said, you know, it's going to go into maintenance mode. I think they're definitely toning down the level of content they're going to be making for the game, but you know, I think really, to be honest, the chapters were getting a little bit stale. I think there was about 6 chapters in total. You know, 6 years solid with the same formula. So changing it up is not necessarily a bad thing. Don't know if the audio is loud enough. And it did need a refresh in my opinion for like a sort of veteran player, someone that's been playing for a long time. Where am I going? So you would just have to see what direction they're going to go. personally think they're going to be doing a bit of Skyrim, because where they've rocked the boat, you know, they're going to have to bring something in strong to keep people going, aren't they? So there is a lot of potential areas, but they're going to be, they're not going to be full-blown chapter sizes. They're just going to be like smaller things. Could keep going a little bit further up. I've not even got my daily yet. Where is it? Daily reward. Oh yeah, the first daily reward's 1,000 endeavours, which actually ain't too bad. That's their way of saying sorry. Nord drinking horn display. I mean, they're not too bad. I'd much prefer the tri-stat potions. I think that's probably the best thing. Tempering alloy is nice. But yeah, there's not really much this month, just a few furnishings. If you log in every day, the January rewards. But yeah, there's 1,000 seals of endeavours, not actually too bad. I don't even know how many I've even got. I don't track them anymore. I'll just see if I've got, oh, I've actually got quite a few. Didn't even realise I had that many. I could get the Spriggan. That glow's not actually too bad. I am a sucker for a skin. What was that? I've never seen a skin have an animation. And that is a skin. I thought it was a memento. See, that's weird. I've never ever seen a skin do that. Now you're making me want it. What's going on, Dave? Had a good Christmas and New Year. Yeah, not too bad, mate. How was yours? So I said, with a new year, I just thought I would try something different and try vertical streaming, just something, you know, just change it up a little bit from the streams, even though I haven't done any recently. I don't know about these skins. So I don't know. Nothing I'm really after. I've only got 4 hours left to decide. Oh, I must be bringing in new stuff then. Oh, might as well leave it then. But yeah, that one's confusing me. I've never. Why is a skin acting like a memento? Because you're only going to get that when you apply it on. That's really weird. So I probably will leave it if they're going to update the Crown store in 4 hours. Might as well just leave it and just see what the new stuff brings. They're going to bring in new crates maybe. Everyone drop the stream a like as well, please, and subscribe to my channel if you ain't already. I've got quite a few builds actually coming out. They've just sort of turned in, it was 1 or 2 builds, and now I've got about 3 or 4 builds to come. So I'm dropping, I was going to drop one today, but it's probably going to be tomorrow now. Might as well go back to where I was, because I think it's starting to get a bit thin up here. Go back down here. Anything new in the Crown store? Oh. I really need some damage on this dude. It's hitting like that. I think what I was doing on this build, the reason it's so rubbish, is because I just chucked on the sword and shield because I want to level up that skill line. So it's not actually a build I've got on, that's why it's hitting really bad. So like I said, anything new in the Crown store, so they're going to be changing it up in like 4 or 5 hours time. So like, yeah, the stuff's not too bad. Yeah, so they're gonna bring in new crates. actually, which is always nice. But like I said, I don't personally buy the crates anymore. I'm just through the endeavours. There's actually quite some nice mats. I haven't even bothered even looking, but some of them are going soon. So if anyone's interested in them, you better get them quick. I'll personally just wait for the new ones to see what. Actually, not too bad. I've got tons of mounts on console, so I'm not really bothered about console. It's more PC. I'm lacking a few nice ones, but yeah, they're all going soon. So yeah, probably I do like these stone law ones are quite nice, but like I said, it's going to all change over soon. Thanks up for the heads up about Dawnwood Furnishings and where the best place to farm them. Yeah, I mean personally, I actually haven't even managed to find any purple ones of the Dawnwood yet. But I think definitely, I don't know if I can see on PC. I haven't got it. Yeah, that is a ton of NPCs here to farm, and there's literally, I think there's only one guard, and there's probably about 30 to 40 NPCs. So I think it's a good place to farm, and they should drop from pickpocketing and stealing sources. So it's just a nice thing rather than keep doing that in and out the door thing. It does get a bit monotonous, doesn't it? Yeah. So, but as I said, the drops are, you know, they're basically low. You can probably get them just through doing, you know, the world events and stuff as well. But yeah, I'm a bit of a sucker for trying to find like all the rare stuff in the game. I know, you know, the odds of finding this stuff is probably like 1,000,000 to 1. But it's just nice to farm stuff, and then you might have that chance, you might have that option to at least put some food on. Yeah, you know, you might get that option. I've got a bash build on and there's just no bash damage. Yeah, it's just nice to have that option or that chance. You might get that lucky drop. So this is why I don't farm things anymore. Like say, even though you can still make a lot of gold, but with Cold Arbor, you know, there's a good plant farm here, and you can make an absolute ton of you know, gold through farming all the plants. But there's no chance of a lucky drop. I always like to farm something that might, you know, give you that 1,000,000 to 1 drop. No luck with the stinkhorn polyp. I mean, to be honest, no. I mean, I don't think I've had anything at all. But I haven't farmed it extensively. It's took me ages to get all the add-ons and the plugins and set up the OBS. So I haven't really done extensive farming. That's why I thought I'd do a video, because it's a nightmare on console because you just can't. It's really difficult to farm these, and just having PC add-ons just makes it really good. And I remember when I was only on console and I could never see, you know, he was trying to find like farm routes and stuff, and it was always difficult. But yeah, just I thought that's why allowing other players to have the maps in case they want to try it out, you know, that are on console that don't have access to all these nice little markers you can see, it just makes life easier for other players. But yeah, I think I might stick to the vertical streaming. I know I've probably got to adjust the screen a little bit. Oh, there is one here. It's quite frustrating at times on PS5 looking for stuff at times. Yeah, it's just a shame there weren't even just a couple of like add-ons you can do for the console. They really did neglect console, and that's why I don't farm on console unless I've got the route in my head already and I know what I'm doing, like with lockboxes and stuff. Again, I didn't know. I used to farm quite a lot in Hughes Bane. There's a really good like platinum farm, but when they nerfed the platinum, you know, the jewellery and all the gold stuff got nerfed, I sort of stopped doing that. And again, there's no rare drop, so yeah, just sort of stopped doing that altogether. I'm going the wrong way now. So yeah, everyone drop the stream a like as well, please. I said I've got quite a few builds coming. Like I said, I mostly do PvP stuff, but I do occasionally like to mix it up and do, you know, gold farm guides or announcements. anything really that I fancy doing. So I like to keep it a little bit varied, because I think just doing the same thing over and over, particularly if you're just mostly doing just this game, just keeps it a little bit varied. I said it is a bit stale at the moment because we're just awaiting, you know, what is the 2025 announcements going to be. They're probably going to have to announce something in a couple of weeks, you know, like near the end of January or middle of January, just to build some hype on this upcoming seasons. You know, they've done away with chapters. So we're just going to have to see what they come up with. Hopefully it's not, you know, I did like the chapters, but like I said, it was just the same thing over and over again. A new trial, you know, a couple of new dungeons, 20 quests, you know, boom, boom, boom. You're just sort of going through the motions and you just do it. But it definitely needs a good shake up. And I think mini DLCs might be better for like veteran players. I mean, I've heard rumours that it could be something here, which I forget what this area is called. I must admit I'm concerned. Yeah, I mean, I am a little bit. But again, until they fully announce, you know, whatever they're doing, I'm still sort of on the fence. You know, we could get, is it Winterhold here? Might get little mini DLC. They're going to be like mini pockets, that's what you're going to get, and sort of add-ons to existing zones. You know, they're meant to be doing Cyrodiil, who knows, it could be, they could surprise us. But yeah, I'm sort of half concerned and half sort of looking forward to a change. So yeah, we're going to have to wait and see. Is it going to be good or bad? But yeah, this swampy area definitely seems to be the best for the mushrooms. I might, if I don't get any luck with the mushrooms, I might add on the other, which is just the plant ones, which I probably should have on anyway. I just thought I'd just focus on the mushrooms and just see what happens, basically. I mean, to have spelled his name correct, just completely leave here, so I was worrying. Yeah, I was watching that all yesterday. I watched the video. Yeah, I wasn't too pleased, you know, about what happened to him and that. You know, it's just, it is crazy. And he was a big part of the community. But he hasn't really done any ESO content in like a year or two anyway, but he was one of the first YouTube sort of content creators I watched for the Elder Scrolls, you know, like back in the day when this game was just coming out, you know, first few years. And yeah, it's just a shame to see a, you know, like a prominent figure in the ESO community go. But there will be other, there's going to be more up and coming people to take his place, and I'm still going to tune into whatever he does, because it's, you know, it's not just the game you like, it's also the content creator you like to follow as well, even if they do go down a different route or a different game. But yeah, it was all a bit weird, and I can completely understand why he, you know, he decided to leave, you know, after what happened and that. Yeah, I was watching the live stream, it went on for too long, I think it was like 10 hours his stream, it was like really long. But yeah, I definitely tuned into his video. I think a lot of players did, because it's got a ton of views. I don't know if I'm even going to the same one thing behind, am I? There is a way to actually get like where you can actually plan a route and it shows you like the directions to go. It's crazy to think they wanted people to sugarcoat what they wanted people to tell their communities. Yeah, it's just, it was a lot of stuff that was sort of concealed, and now he's sort of broken free. He can sort of say what he wants, you know, what really happened, and it was a bit of an eye-opener. But yeah, I wish him all the best. You know, he's done well anyway, so if he goes on to another game or whatever, you know, he's got no worries. But like I said, you do feel burnout from playing the same game, you know, for like 10 years. You know, I've been playing this probably the best part of 9 years now. I mean, I have played other games. It's not just I've only played this. It's just sort of the main bulk of my sort of gaming time is this game. Where's the island that you sometimes farm the alchemy plants? Yeah, there is this island. I mean, it's the Fire Moth Island. You have to do a quest here. There's a little quest, and then you go on a boat, and it gives you access to this starter island. So I was farming that. I did find some plants, actually furnishing plants, but they were blue ones. I never actually got a purple one. So I'm pretty sure they do drop there. The only reason I'm doing this is because I want to just solely focus on the mushrooms. I don't know why, just because I just want to. And there's only literally 1 or 2 nodes that are actually mushroom nodes. They're all sort of like plant nodes. So I've sort of left that for the minute. But you can still use that farm. It's a really good farm. And also, you can't queue for BGs. Like sometimes I like to do both at once. I'm queuing for BGs and farming, and for some reason, because it's a starter island, you can't queue for activities, which is a little bit annoying. Don't get me wrong, I still play it, so just worried about the direction it's going. Yeah, and I said it's totally understandable, isn't it? It's just like, because they were vague with this, you know, the letter they done about 2025. And there wasn't a lot of information, and it just sort of, it was a shock move. I thought it was going to be another chapter. I really thought it was just going to be another chapter, and I thought it was going to be a chapter here. That's where I really thought it was going to be. I was even looking around the edges just to see if they had like added anything, you know, just to show that a doorway and that. And it still might be a little DLC there, but it's not going to be like a full-blown massive chapter. We'll just have to see, you know, what they're going to do with Cyrodiil. You know, they're going to change the population cap and stuff. They're going to make all sort of, whether they're going to be good or bad changes is just, you know, I weren't really pleased with what they did with the BGs. I don't like the BGs as much. I still do them, but I'm not a big fan of the new battleground. I would have just preferred the new and the old combined, and then I would have been happy. But to completely remove them and then just keep the new ones is a little bit, yeah, left too many questions unanswered in my opinion. Yeah, it was just too vague. So this, you know, we just have to wait and see. Hopefully they announce something soon. You know, it's been the holidays and stuff, Christmas, New Year's, so we're probably going to get some announcements in a few weeks and just see what direction they actually are going to go. And I suppose the first main content release we're going to get is probably like April time. I was hoping for a dungeon pack. We normally get one in like February because we only get one a year now instead of 2 a year. And I do like doing the dungeons, so I do miss them. So hopefully there will be a dungeon pack at least. That'll be pretty good. Yeah, I do like, because I said it's just like new sets and new stuff. It's just one dungeon pack a year is a little bit minimal. But like I said, different types of content might be hopefully a better way forward, you know. But honestly, the change to BGs was a step backwards, yeah. I mean, there was a lot of people saying that, you know, the 2 teams is better than 3 teams. I just don't agree with that. I just prefer the 3 teams. I just feel it just had more it was just more fun to play, more unpredictable, you know. And the problem with the new BGs, you either get completely steamrolled or, you know, you're completely steamrolling the other team, and there's very little sort of comeback chance once you're sort of pinned in a spawn point. And I think that's what made the BGs unique because of the three teams, and that's what makes the Cyrodiil good as well. You know, it's three teams. You know, you can get one team crushing another team, and then the other team can sort of flank them. You know, and upset the balance. You know, and I know a lot of multiplayer PvP games, they are just sort of one team against another, like Call of Duty or whatever. But I think that's what made Elder Scrolls unique, that you could have three teams. I quite like that. I really need to put something on some damage. I think I was just, obviously I was planning on doing like a Warden Bash build, but I think I was just levelling up the skill line, so that's what I sort of left it at. So yeah, I was going to do a 1-bar Warden Bash build. Nice to have the new maps, but they took away all the balance. Yeah. No, I said I do like the maps themselves. I like them. You know, I think they're well done. It's just they should have kept the old ones and just added on the new ones. You know, and that would have been totally fine. But not to remove. You know, and there would have been like 10 or 10 to 15 BG maps all combined. I think that would have been a lot better. Right, I'll be right back, guys. I'm just going to do a quick coffee, and then we'll get back into some farming. And like I said, anything you want to ask me about the game, and we'll just have some discussions or whatever. That won't be one sec, guys. Yeah, but they even said about they might be doing some sort of like veteran style overland stuff. It's just like another Craglon basically, which would be again, I think that's what I got annoyed with the chapters, like the the questing I really started to hate, because you was just sort of going from A to B. All the creatures are just more just sort of nuisances than anything. They just go down in a second. So maybe something like Craglon, where it's the difficulty's upped a little bit. Well, I say a little bit, it needs to be upped quite a bit just to even be slightly challenging. Rather than just having 100 quests, I'd rather like 10 quests that are really engaging and challenging, different mechanics and stuff, where you've actually got rather than just steamrolling through everything. I was impressed by the 5 companions house though, just need to furnish it. Yeah, I never actually managed to get those, just too many event tickets, and I didn't do the event, and then I was going to get it, and then I didn't have the imp as well you need to combine all the keys, and I thought, because I did want to get it, because I would have sold that table, because they are going for crazy money. But yeah, it was just too many event tickets, and the New Life Festival, as I've done it so many years, I don't really participate in the festivals much unless there's something I really want. But yeah, that was a lot of event tickets. So I needed 50 event tickets just for the house, and then I think I needed another 10 or 15 just for the imp, and I just didn't have it, because I've just not been doing the events. I think I did buy 1 key, and I was like, you know what, I really can't be bothered. But yeah, I probably would have had the house, because it was a nice house. But yeah, I totally forgot about that. That if they do release a new house and you acquire the house, you've got to check what the actual physical furnishings are in the place. Like, because they could be worth money. And yeah, just dumping a gold table furnishing in the house that's free. Do you know what I mean? And then people are reselling that. So yeah, always make sure you check what is already been put in the house for you, just in case it has some value, because you never know. Furnishings always go, if they're particularly something that's unique and hard to acquire or limited time, do you know what I mean? The price is going to go up. I think they're already in the millions, the table. It might have dropped a little bit, but like I said, once the house is no longer available, it's only going to go up anymore. The table is selling for crazy money. Yeah, that's why I thought I'd done a video on it, because a lot of people might not be aware, unless you're even I wasn't aware for a couple of weeks, and then I started seeing these tables being listed for crazy money, and I'm thinking, where is this table from? And it's like, of course it's from the house, and it's basically given to you for free. So you've got to grind and earn the house, but then essentially it is a free item that is being resold, for good money. So, and a lot of players are not aware of it. Even I wasn't barely aware of it. So just putting the video out there to other players just to let them know. Because you could be sitting on a gold mine and not even realise. A lot of players think you have to farm gold, and it takes hours of grinding to get anywhere, but really, you could be sitting on something and you don't even realise it's worth a lot. And do you know what I like about furnishings as well? I think it's one of the few things, or maybe the only thing, that you can physically buy, you can physically use it, place it in your home, have it in there for 6 months, and then if you think, do you know what, this ain't for me, and then you can just sell it again. You can resell it, even though you've used it and done whatever you want with it. But whereas if you bought, say, something like a crafting motive that's worth millions, or like the chef's recipes, they're really expensive. Once you consume them, they're gone. They're going to be tied to your account and gone. But with furnishings, you can buy something. It's never wasted money, unless of course the price shifts dramatically. You can buy something for 10 million, use it for 6 months, and you know what, this ain't for me, I've had enough of this, I'll sell it on, and then you can just sell it on. So it's never wasted money furnishing, unless of course the price fluctuates to, you know, it goes from 10 million to like 2k, then yeah, you're doomed. I've been busy collecting mythics over Christmas and New Year. Yeah, I've collected most of the mythics on Xbox, and I've got a few on PC, not that many, but just the ones I wanted. But yeah, there's going to be new mythics hopefully coming as well. They all sort of shake up the PvP scene a little bit. They don't seem to have as much of an impact as what I thought they would do, like the Saint and Seducer. They're a really good mythic, but I don't see tons of players using it. I finally got the lead for the marking ring from the world boss in Deadlands last night. Oh, brilliant. Yeah, that's still one of the best mythics in the game, to be honest. That and the Death Dealers is quite good, but I don't use it as much. But yeah, the marking ring I would say is probably slightly better. Yeah, the Satan's Juice is quite nice, and the Sea Serpent is nice, but again, with the Sea Serpent you've got to make sure you've got that speed buff. I only usually put Sea Serpent if I'm running like Orc, you know, and got some sort of major expedition source. But yeah, the marking ring is probably the all-round, just standard mythic for 2 bar builds, and it, you know, gives you armor and extra damage. It's a really nice mythic. Probably, definitely one of my favourite. So yeah, congratulations on the lead drop, because they are a pain to farm, something really bad. But nothing was worse than the Talk. But it is a really good mythic though, the Talk, I must admit. Is it worth it? I would say it is worth it, but the lead was, you know, it was really, really difficult to get hold of. And it sort of put me off farming any more mythics for a long time. So I think on PC I've got the Death Dealers and the Talk, which is the two mythics I didn't have on console. So, and every other mythic, or the ones that I've got quite a lot on Xbox, apart from them two. But yeah, leads can be tricky. I don't mind farming them, but yeah, the Talk one was very unforgiving, and I'm not a big fan of the Infinite Archive anyway. I just find it very monotonous. But I think it's because before the Talk come out, I'd extensively done the Infinite Archive, you know, to get all the achievements and stuff. And then they released the Talk after, and I was already burnt out. So when I say I don't like the Archive, I did, but I was just, I'd done it so much, I just got burnt out from it. So then when the lead dropped, you know, the Talk leads were dropping through, I was like, oh, I just can't be bothered to do it. But I did push through and do it, and it was an absolute nightmare to farm. Took me probably 3 weeks of just 3 hours a day, endless farming. Took me about 2 weeks to get it. Needed help and nobody was ever there to help. Yeah, especially in the Deadlands, it's not where you get a lot of players go. Luckily there was a player looking for the last lead last night as well, so teamed up and both got it. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's always nice if there's someone to help you as well. But yeah, now I feel like I haven't really farmed any sets or any mythics, you know, in a couple of months now, or anything really. So they do drop some new content. I am looking forward to farming some new stuff. You know, maybe some new mythics or new sets. I just feel like, you know, we're overdue some stuff now. But like I said, we ain't got to wait much longer. Can you beat an OG Mage player in a duel? With dueling, I'm not a top dueler. I've beat probably Templars in duels. But yeah, I probably wouldn't be able to beat an overpowered one, as they are crazy in duels with that execution, radiant oppression, whatever it is. I did get to a point where I actually wasn't too bad at dueling. I was probably sort of like just above average and was taking out quite a few players. I think I was mostly using my Dragon Knight build. But yeah, if you get an overpowered Templar, well, overpowered anything, you know, it's pretty much finished. The Templars, they can really tank some crazy damage. And they're very hard to gank as well, because they've always got tons of shields and heals ticking over time. Status effect mages used to decimate me. I don't know if you know, Trellis, if you're Xbox EU, you might, but he was insane. I am on Xbox EU, this is PCNA on this one at the moment. But no, I don't recognise the name. Well, I probably have, to be honest, maybe I do. Yeah, so I did get into the dueling, but I think the problem with the dueling is the reason I didn't continue with it as much is because there's not a lot of rewards or incentives too much. But yeah, I did start doing quite well on my Dragon Knight 2 bar. I was taking out, I was even at one point where I was just standing in zones saying, who wants to duel me, who wants to duel me, and I was, you know, basically, you know, killing anyone that sort of challenged me, but I said I don't think I was anything to, you know, a crazy level. And I actually have got a dueling build on Xbox as well, which is sort of like a health, you know, running kind marches and stuff, and all the cheese, you know, just to stop people pumping out healing. So I probably would be really good against Templars. Had to switch to kind marcher, rallying cry, and Black Rose Maces to even stand a chance. Yeah, I mean, it's just to negate all that crazy healing. If you're against a Templar, you could put on, yeah, cheese like that and just kind marchers, Gerals, and just pull their healing right down so they can't heal, because that's what Templar's backbone is, isn't it? It's just their raw healing, and heals over time just keeps them going. Yeah, Mage DK is very good. I'm going to sub, bro. Always supporting here, so great. Oh, appreciate that, mate. Yeah, so I haven't really done many lives recently, but I probably, now I've got like the vertical streaming set up. It's quite a pain in the butt to get going, but now I've done it all, I will be doing more sort of lives and stuff. I know the live I've set up at the moment ain't exactly brilliant. I've just literally just slapped it together really quickly. I just wanted to get it working and just see how it performs. But so yeah, you know, we're in 2025 and we have to see what they've got in store for this game now, you know. Like I said, it was vague what they said about the game, so we'll have to wait and see. Imagine if they ever allowed fly mounts in the game, good or bad thing. And I would like to see them just, I think it would be good. Anything that's really going to boost the game, I would definitely not be against at all. Because anything like that, you know, that is going to be like selling points and renewed interest, but I don't know if the physics of the game or the game engine can't do that. I don't know. But yeah, it would be cool. If there was a flyer mount, I would probably buy one. So how's it going with the, I don't know if you can even see my inventory. Probably not, because I'm on vertical stream. You can see a little bit. But like I said, this game is 10 years old, and it's crazy that it's 10 years old. It really is. I am stuck. And like I said, it definitely needs a change up. It needs a refresh for players that are, you know, players like myself that have been playing it for a very long time. I think just kept doing the same sort of recipe every year. You know, just dungeon pack, chapter, you know, and quality of life changes. It just needs just a big shake up. So hopefully it's going to be something positive. I mean, the BGs, like I said, I don't like them, but at least it was new PvP content, which a lot of players did request. It wasn't the best PvP content, and I don't think it's ever going to meet the expectations that everyone has anyway. The only thing I just wasn't happy with was just the removal of old PvP content. I think they should have just kept adding, not removing. But yeah, flying mounts in the game, that would be good. If it wants to compete with other MMOs, you know, and other stuff, then why not? You know, if it's going to bring players in, I would certainly buy one. There's lots they can do with this game, and like I said, the reason a lot of players do stay with the game is because the combat is very good. You know, in the PvP, and the lore is very good. And I've tried other games, and I must admit, I kept saying that I was going to go to Throne and Liberty, and I did play it about 10, 15 times. I did play the game quite a lot, but I just did not like the combat system. That was my big gripe with the game. I think it's a big gripe with a lot of players that like Elder Scrolls, and then they try to move on and go on to something different. And it's not like the game is bad, Throne and Liberty. It's just I cannot get used to the combat system. I just don't like it. It just feels too alien to me. So it's a shame I never even got even to try the PvP side of things, but I don't think I ever will. It's just that's why I think I probably should have tried New World, because I know the combat system is slightly similar to Elder Scrolls, but there's definitely nothing that can match it in the way it feels and plays. So yeah, unfortunately I don't think I'll be going back to Throne and Liberty. So I will probably have to find some different types of other games as well. I mean, I was doing some, we haven't actually got the PS5 anymore. I got rid of the PS5. So I was doing some Fortnite streams, because I don't mind playing, you know, an occasional shooter or whatever, just casually. So I would have done more Fortnite streams. I could probably download it actually on the PC now. Now I've finally upgraded my PC. Yeah, I could download it on the PC. I don't even know what I've got the graphics settings on this. Have I got it on something good? Ultra, yeah, just because this is money, yes, I've probably pushed it a little bit more than my old PC. I've still got my old PC though. So, but like I said, now the, you know, all the New Year's is over. You know, it's only a matter of time now, probably a week or two, and you're going to start probably seeing announcements pop up on the Elder Scrolls forums of what they're going to be doing. You know, like a teaser. So no more chapters. These seasonal updates, you know, mini DLC updates. For good or for worse, we don't know. I think I'm just going over the same areas, and I've probably not even respawned yet. I do like Vardenfell with all this like cosy cottage, mushroom in the swamps. It's got a it's visually it's nice. Don't think they've respawned yet. I do wish they would be more proactive in stopping the bot farmers in the game though. Yeah, I mean it's something that's never going to stop. And they used to really annoy me back in the day when I used to be quite a big node farmer. I'm not as much now. I'm only doing it really for just rare drops, but I used to farm like everything extensively. And what I would recommend if you are still pestered by the bot farmers, you know, if you're on about node ones, just go to DLC areas. I mean, this isn't technically a DLC area anymore because it's free, but that's why I used to farm in Hughes Bane for the platinum and stuff, because if it's DLC, then the bot farmers won't go there. So just avoid free base game areas, and then you won't have that issue. But yeah, I'm surprised there's not any environmental actually. I've not seen any environmental because it is free now with the base game. So I'm surprised there isn't any, or I've not seen any. But again, I haven't been doing extensive farming. I've only really just sort of got everything together and started. But yeah, the bot farmers, it's never going to go away, unfortunately. Just avoid, like I said, the free base game areas. I'm just glad this area has not been just, you know, been sort of bot farmed yet, because it is free. So I'm surprised there isn't. But yeah, I used to get really annoyed. They used to be, where would they used to be a lot? I used to see them, I used to farm a lot in Bleak Rock. This used to be one of my favourite areas for node farming. I used to start here, we'll go around that circle, and I used to just go around the edges. And I used to do quite a good farm. I actually quite enjoyed it, and you just picked up everything. And then, but then I did notice there was bot farmers farming bits, and it did really used to annoy me. I used to try and get in front of them, and you know, really try and muck them up. And another good spot as well that I really used to enjoy was in Kanafi's Roost, and there was another good little platinum and metal farm here, which it probably still is. And then again, the bot farmers invaded that as well. I'd go to base farm areas just to report as many as I can find. Yeah, I used to report them. I used to get annoyed, but like I said, I just let go from these areas and thought, you know what, I'm only farming DLC areas, and that's why I went. Yeah, I would recommend Hughes Bane. I do have a video guide on that if you want to see that as well. That was a good platinum and metal farm, and again, you won't be badgered by bot farmers. So just because it's just annoying. It's just one of those things that's never going to be addressed, and it is a problem in a lot of games. But I don't seem to see them as much. But again, it's probably because I don't go to them areas as much now, so I just probably don't even notice them. But they've always got some dodgy name, so you know, yeah, they're still there. Yeah, they've always got some name you can see. Someone's just mashed the keyboard, and it's blatantly a bot farmer. But yeah, I used to get in front of them and then muck up their route, and then they'd just be picking up nothing. Yeah, why they're not in Vardenfell, I do not know, unless anyone can say, oh, I've seen them in Vardenfell. I've yet to see any bot farmers in Vardenfell, which I'm surprised. It's not the best for node farming though. I would have thought, like, for pure density, there's other areas that are much better. Like I said, the only reason I am farming here is because of the rare drops you can potentially get. As I think it just provides more incentive, you know, like I said, if you farm in Cold Harbour, you're going to get much more plants than what I'm getting from doing Vardenfell, but it's just at the cost of that you're never in the lottery basically. You're not ever going to get that rare drop chance, and I like that as an incentive that you might just one day get something rare. It's the last thing I do before logging off. I go bot hunting. Yeah, that's like I said, I used to report them as well. But like I said, I never see them anymore. But it's probably just the zones or whatever I'm doing, I just never see them. But yeah, I used to be in the base game areas extensively farming. But I think again what put me off the node farmers was because when they nerfed the jewellery, you know, and all the chromium plating went down in value. You know, I was making like 120k gold an hour farming Hughes Bane with all the platinum, and then it all went down in value. You can probably still make like 80k or whatever. So it's just put me off. And again, there's no rare drop chance on anything. So that's why I stick to Vardenfell, because, you know, if I do the lock boxes, I might get a rare drop. If I do the pickpocketing, I might get a rare drop. If I do the node farming, I might get a rare drop. So that's why this area remains one of the best, because you never know, even though it is slim. But I've had quite a lot of the paintings and stuff that I've sold. I made a lot of gold through them. But yeah, I quite like this vertical streaming. I will adjust it and make it a little bit better. Like I said, this is my first vertical stream on YouTube, because I keep seeing, you know, a lot of content creators do it on YouTube and TikTok and that, you know, and they have something at the bottom, either like a webcam or just, you know, a few pictures or images, and then they have like a, you know, it's just a nice little setup, and I just thought maybe it might be just be something different to try in the new year, rather than just keep doing the standard horizontal streaming. Because, you know, like I said, there's a lot of people doom scroll, don't they? Just endless, you know, through TikTok and YouTube, you're just doom scrolling. And I thought, you know, someone might stumble across my channel and then want to subscribe. Or just maybe a different audience, you know, might get different people in that might not know about the game, might want to try the game. I'm pressing the wrong button. Well, I'm not going down. Oh, my damage is just like terrible. There used to be a spot on Gratwood that was played by bots farming mud crabs, but I haven't seen a bot there in a while now. Yeah, I know the spot you mean, most likely. Gratwood, yeah, I think you probably mean the beach bit here. I used to farm that as well. I've basically done it probably every farm in the game. But yeah, there used to be a ton of mud crabs here. There used to be, yeah, I did remember seeing some bots there. And another place you used to see a lot of bots was here. There is a little mud crab spot here. I used to get bot farmers there. I used to farm that. And I used to see bot farmers, yeah, back in Sentinel here. Is that the right place? Yeah, along here there were some bot farmers here I used to see. Again, I never go there, so I don't know if they're still there. I don't think they are. Yeah, and definitely all the base game ones. Used to farm here quite a lot as well. I don't remember ever seeing them here, but again, didn't extensively farm there. But yeah, Bleak Rock used to be a go-to, big time. Bot farmers. So yes, any zone that's going to be free to access, you know, without having to pay a DLC. So just farm anywhere that's DLC, and then you will be safe, hopefully. And you won't be bothered. But yeah, now I've got the OBS set up and this vertical streaming all sorted. Yeah, I'll do some different sort of visual setups and stuff, and change things up a little bit and just make it a little bit better, because I've not got it optimized at the moment. I just wanted to start a stream and just get going, and luckily it's worked out alright. So yeah, I'll probably be doing some more. Now I've got it all set up, I just couldn't be bothered to set it all up on my new PC. It was just re-download everything, re-download the OBS, all the plugins, you know, re-downloading the whole game, which took weeks on my rubbish internet. So yeah, it just took me a while just to get things together. So yeah, I can definitely do some streams a lot better now. Oh, I always seem to get you just before you pull the node. So yeah, definitely keep your eye out on the ESO forums, you know, any news, because they're probably going to be announcing something very soon. I would have thought within the next week, my prediction, or maybe 2 weeks at the absolute most. So we'll just have to see what it is, you know. Could be something good, hopefully. But they need to announce something soon, because it's definitely not in a good place, particularly with, you know, that ESO content creator, you know, announcing that he's quitting and it's not on good terms, and exposing, so, you know, what they've done. So it's really left another bit of taste in everyone's mouth. So, you know, announcing they're not doing chapters and then another blow like that, you know, is not looking good. So they really need to bring something big to the game, that's really gonna bring renewed interest and some more sort of positivity to the game. It is at an all-time low at the moment. So they need to be clear and concise with what they're doing. You know, we're going to release a big DLC, or, you know, this zone DLC here. You know this blah blah blah. We're going to, you know, a new class. You know, they need to be nice and clear, not vague anymore. They need to be upfront with what they're doing. But again, it's still in the early stages. They might not even know themselves. Hopefully it's a dungeon pack, because I'm missing doing the dungeons and farming some new gear, some new loot. But like I said, what is everyone's predictions of what it could be? If we are getting like a zone DLC, or, you know, it's no longer a chapter, but if it's a zone DLC, what is the predictions? I said mine is probably here. Argonian sort of one. We could get like a mini DLC here. Possibly could be here. I think, was that Soulstime? I'm not sure. It might be Soulstime. I can't remember. Or Whiterun DLC, Skyrim. I mean, again, that's a big thing they could do, because, you know, Skyrim's a big name, big thing, and that's going to draw a lot of players back, because it's going to be a very popular thing, whereas this isn't going to be as well known and as popular. Whereas these two could be more popular. I don't think you're going to get anything here, because this is the Hammerfell region, which is apparently sort of already pinned for Elder Scrolls 6. So we might not get anything there. So it could be here, could be there, or could be there. That's my probably top predictions. They need to be open with the community in every aspect. Yeah, they need to stop being so vague. They need to be more clear and concise with what they're going to be doing. I've never played a game where a season battle pass has improved things. Yeah, it might not. It's just, it's really up in the air. That is the problem. I think it's just, you know, they need to be clear quickly. You know, within a few weeks, they need to say what they're going to be doing very soon, and have a clear guide on what they're doing, and then whether it's received well or not is, we still don't know. And if it was a battle pass or a season pass, would I pay for it? It just depends on what it is. I probably will, as I am a little bit of a completionist. I like to do every dungeon or every zone on Xbox, because that's where all my main stuff is. So odds on I'm probably going to pay for it, because I'm an Elder Scrolls fan anyway. So unless it's some outrageous price, you know, like 30 quid a month or something, you know, I don't think it's going to be. But I don't think the ESO Plus is just holding the weight at the moment. It really needs to offer something else, rather than just a craft bag and access to all the DLCs. I mean, don't get me wrong, it is good value for money, but I think for veteran players, once you've done everything, there's just not enough. I mean, I haven't actually personally subscribed to ESO Plus in probably well over a year. Maybe just the odd month when there's a dungeon pack once a year, I might subscribe to ESO Plus, but I used to religiously pay for it on Xbox. But I've, you know, for the past 2 years, I probably haven't even ever got the ESO Plus, apart from just the odd month, just to do a dungeon pack. I am a mushroom farming. Are they respawning? Yeah, they are respawning. So yeah, I see 2025 as it's really, really going to be the big make or break for this game. It's either going to plummet and go into maintenance mode, as what a lot of players have suggested or worried about, or it's really going to bring it back to the forefront. It's hard to say without a clear view. And are they looking at games like Fortnite, that have battle passes and stuff, and that game still does. When did Fortnite come out? Like 2017, and it's still doing consistently well. Do you know what I mean? Regular PvP updates, the big game, a bit of a cash cow with the constant skins and stuff. But, I don't buy any of that stuff. But it's still a good game, and it's always got constant renewed interest. And maybe they're going to try and follow something similar to that. Who knows? It's got to be something good though. But that was a big red flag myself when the creator said they wanted people to sugarcoat stuff to their communities. Never a good thing when you hear stuff like that. No, that's not a good thing. You want to be sort of true to the community and not try and hide things. So that's not really a good look. Shroom beetles. You want to be upfront and honest about every aspect of the game. And then the other thing that was a big thing that I see videos on was this AI moderating, which again, I think is crazy. There always needs to be like a human element to moderating. AI can't be used for everything. I mean, it has its good sides to it, but it can't be used for things like banning accounts and stuff just based on AI. It needs to be reviewed by actual humans, because they can make mistakes. You know what I mean? Computers and AI can make mistakes, because you're taking the human element out of things, and that's not always good. Only time will tell, yeah. So I said we ain't got much longer to wait. So it's just a bit of a dry patch at the moment. It always is before they announce something. The New Life Festival, I don't know if it's still going. Is it still going, the New Life Festival? 5 days. Oh, it's still going for a while. Until they announce something big, that's when it's going to be back on everyone's minds. But yeah, I'm glad my PC that I built is actually working okay, and I've got it on pretty good settings. I don't think I really pushed it to everything. I don't know if you can even see the settings. I've got some things on high and ultra. View distance. Yeah, some of it's on ultra. Like I said, I've not got some crazy top end PC. I've just literally, I went from my old PC graphics card was a Nvidia 1060, and this is an Nvidia 260 maybe, something like that. It's nothing crazy, because again, it's mostly for Elder Scrolls, so I don't need something top end. It's more than enough for me, and I do play older games like Baldur's Gate and that, so I don't need anything crazy. So it's not much of an upgrade, but good enough upgrade for me. I'm going to be honest with you, Clem, it feels like they're slowly going to put ESO into maintenance mode. Yeah, I mean, like, you could be totally right. I'm not really, if I'm sounding optimistic, yeah, I'm just on the fence, With whatever happens with the game happens, I'll probably be with it till the end still, in some shape or form, until, like, something big comes out, like Elder Scrolls 6, or something else comes out that really grabs my attention. I said, like, I'm a big Baldur's Gate fan, the original Baldur's Gates, but I don't know how much interest there would be of me playing them games that are like 20, 30 years old. I might do some streams on them. I've done a couple of small videos on Baldur's Gate, and that is like probably my all-time favourite game. You know, the Icewind Dale's, Baldur's Gate. So this technically isn't my favourite game, it's just the game I play the most. But yeah, it could be going into maintenance mode. Could be, you know, very tiny DLCs, very little updates, and, you know, the slow death of the game basically. But yeah, there'll soon have to be it's going to have to be a bloody good announcement, you know, with a very clear path of what they're doing, where they're going, how they're going to be doing it, when it's releasing. You know, people are going to want solid information quick, and enough with the vague information. You know, it really needs to be pushed properly, and concise and clear, and enough with the sort of. But again, like, they might not even know what they're doing themselves, which is not great. They need to know what they're doing. They need to know what direction they're going. You know, and it's the same with the PvP community, which obviously I'm part of. You know, it just, things weren't addressed for just so long. You know, and finally doing serial updates, is there enough players even left to even be bothered anymore? Rumour has it that it may be working on the MMORPG but set in Star Wars. Yes, they're probably working on another big project, so I think they're shifting their main focus from this game, and they're going to be turning their attention somewhere else. And then, you know, this is going to be sort of like a side show for them. Still making money, but just more of a side show. I'm still okay with that, as long as we're still getting regular, you know, bite-sized content, updates. And again, how much is it going to cost? Again, you're right, you know, are they going to price it correctly? So all these factors, they need to be clear. I don't want to start going, oh, we're going to release this in April, but we're not sure on the price yet, blah, blah, blah. Do you know what I mean? They need to be upfront in January with a clear roadmap of what they're doing, what they're going to be dropping, you know, and really build some hype. That's the way to do it. And, you know, it doesn't have to be cheap, but it just doesn't have to be extreme, crazy prices, and it needs to be quality content, you know, not, and something different that's going to, you know, bring different stuff to the table. How is the sound quality? Is my voice alright, and the game volume right on the correct level? Because if it is, then I'll keep these settings as they are, like audio wise. The visual stuff I'm going to change a little bit, but as long as the audio is okay. But if they release less content, it's the same price as a chapter, that's defo not for me. Yeah, I must have, when I say about the price, yeah, the chapters I do feel were a bit overpriced. They were basically charging almost the price of a new game every year, which, you know, I was a little bit, you know, I like the new content, but, you know, it was like 30 quid, which is a little bit steep. I think it should have been, I think, to be honest, all the chapters should be included with the ESO Plus. I don't think it should be separate. I think ESO subscribers should get everything free. There should be no paywall. And if you're an ESO subscriber, you should get it all free. You know, chapter, straight up, everything. I do remember when the first chapter was announced, and that was when I was subscribing for ESO Plus. And, you know, it was the Morrowind one, which, you know, the zone I'm in now. And that was back in, what was it, 2017? and I was subscribing to ESO Plus, and then they done this big announcement, oh, we're going to Morrowind, blah, blah, you know, all this nostalgia and that, you know, I thought, oh, this is going to be brilliant. And then they announced, they said, it's not going to be free for ESO subscribers. And I was just really annoyed. I mean, this is like my first MMO as well, so apparently they do this with other MMOs. I didn't know that they do this sort of thing, you know, and I was really, really annoyed. You know, I was paying for ESO's, you know, Plus for like 2 or 3 years, and then, oh yeah, we're releasing this new, you know, chapter with tons of content, you know, tons of stuff, but you got to pay. It's not going to be with the ESO Plus, and I was like, what? How can it not be with the ESO Plus? You know, that it's all DLC should be free with the ESO Plus. You know, don't start, you know, gatekeeping it from people that are paying regularly. You know, you pay for the game, you pay for ESO Plus, and then what you got to pay for the chapter on top. I was like proper annoyed, you know, because I was. But you know, it is what it is, isn't it? It's just. I think yeah, any content moving forward should be free for ESO Plus members, regardless what it is. You know, if it's the battle pass, the zone DLC, dungeons, you know, PvP updates should all be free with anyone that subscribes for the ESO Plus. That is fair. There should be nothing paywalled for ESO Plus members. I think that, you know, everything in. And if you don't want to be an ESO Plus member, then pay. Yeah, that's fair enough. There's something attacking me. It says there's something attacking me, but it's not. So yeah, that's what they could do. They could say, oh, we're releasing this battle pass thing. It's going to be included with the ESO, you know, subscription model. You know, and you've always got the option to buy it. You know, that's gonna sit well with ESO, because a lot of people have unsubbed. You know, with the direction they've gone with the, you know, how they've treated content creators and stuff. You know, like, I think, you know, if you want to get the subs back for ESO Plus, everything moving forward has got to be included. Do not do this chapter stuff where you've got to pay on top. You should get everything day one. Like you said, it's a tenner a month. That's 120 quid a year, mate. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, the chapters should have always been, you know, included with that. Because it can be quite expensive. Like I said, I know the game's cheap now, but like you said, you're subscribing to ESO Plus, buying the chapters, you know, it's well over 100 quid a month, 100 quid a year, you know, you're investing into the game. So I think, you know, you should get the day one release content included if you're a subscriber. That's only fair, and then to gatekeep that, you know, I was really, yeah, back in the day that really annoyed me. Because that was at the time I was subscribing to ESO. My inventory's full now. Let's get rid of the rubbish. It's not really rubbish. So like I said, yeah, it can be expensive, you know, like, and that's why I think, yeah, all the content moving forward, all included, nothing sort of hidden behind paywalls. I've just got to stop all that now. I just don't think the chapter thing, it probably was making money still, but I just don't think there was enough to warrant the ESO Plus. You know, it needed to be much more, value their customers more by just not gatekeeping anything. Yeah, I'll definitely keep my eyes on the forums. I mean, I look every day anyway. But if there is any announcements, then I'll try and I might push out. Sometimes I push the video out if there's a new announcement or whatever, or sometimes I don't. I'm not one of those content creators where you have to, every little detail has to be pushed out, because sometimes I miss it, because, you know, with my time zone, their announcements don't really coincide with when I'm awake or, you know, if I'm busy. So I don't always grab everything when I can, but if it's something of interest to me, then I'll post it that I thought, you know, other players might be interested in. So that's what I like about my channel. You never know what I'm going to post, you know, it's probably going to be ESO related, but I might post a PvE build, you know, I might post an announcement, you know, with news. I might post a PvP build, I might post a gold farm. You know, I try to keep it varied and unpredictable, whereas I think there's just keep posting the same thing over and over again, the same sort of type of content in the game. You know, it does. I like to keep it varied. So like I said, you never know what I'm going to post next. You know, with the game, I might post something that I've never done before, or I might post something. You know, I might just do a string of gank builds. I might do a string of heavy attack builds. I might do some gold farming tip videos. You know, I'll just change it up. Whatever I feel like doing at the time, I'll do. So I don't really have some like strict type of content release schedule or anything. I just post, you know, when I can, how I can, and what I can, and what I want to post. I don't think these nodes have respawned yet because I ain't picked up nothing. But yeah, I definitely miss doing the dungeons. I haven't done like proper dungeons in quite a while. So I would definitely like to do, we go over here, there's quite a few here. But yeah, I mean, I miss when there used to be 2 dungeon packs a year and they went down to 1. Because that was a big thing I used to do. I didn't really post content on doing the dungeons themselves, but I've always sort of completed every veteran dungeon. And so yeah, a big fan of those. But yeah, the overland content. I like the zones, but I just don't like how everything's just so easy to kill. You know, you can literally be like a level 10 character and just kill everything. Apart from, you know, obviously some world bosses might give you a bit of trouble. But you know, once you've sort of got max level stuff and you've actually got a setup for PvE content, everything's just pretty much a cakewalk. So I'd like some sort of middle ground like Craigland where something can actually drop you, you know, if you're not paying attention. I'm just going to quickly check on the forums now. That doesn't knock me anything, but I always keep my eye out on the forums just in case of anything. Yeah, I think these have definitely not respawned yet. that direction a little bit. But yeah, let me know in the comments what type of DLC you'd like to see. You know, are you waiting a dungeon pack, or would you like to see a zone DLC or a PvP DLC? I mean, I'd take anything, to be honest. I do pretty much enjoy it all. I just, the thing I probably hate the most in the game is just the questing. I don't particularly like, because it's just too easy. And it just feels, you know, like all these sort of like mobs and stuff, they're just sort of more of a nuisance than a threat. And I think, you know, the creatures should be a threat, and they're just far too easy to kill. So yeah, let me know in the comment section, guys, what sort of content you would like to see in 2025. You know, we're not going to get chapters anymore, but that doesn't mean we're not going to get new content. We're just going to get smaller bite-sized stuff. It's going to be seasonal stuff. There might be another thing. They also said that they might just add stuff to an existing zone, which again I'm not against, because you know some of the zones are pretty much dead zones now. You know, and putting renewed interest in existing zones is not necessarily a bad thing, as they could do with a little refresh. You know, and maybe add something. I don't know how they'd do it. Maybe add a new wandering world boss in, you know, they could say, you know, Deshawn's got a new wandering world boss that everyone hits, you know, and drops something, you know, that'd be fun. Doesn't have to be something crazy in size. As long as it's good in quality, then it can still be good. Only time will tell, yeah. I'm sick of waiting now. I've had enough of the New Life Festival, and you know, the holidays are over now, so let's get on with it and let's find out. I just want a clear roadmap of what's coming ahead for the game. Yeah, that's all I want as well. And it just, you know, 2025, this is what we're doing in these months. This is what you're going to be getting. You know, zone DLC. You know, this and that. You know, dungeon pack. Blah blah blah. You know, PvP update is going to be this. It's going to cost this much. You know, nice and clear. And then you know what you're going to get. You know what you're looking forward to. You know, get some more confidence in what is going to be happening. But like I said, you know, when they said they were going to stop doing the chapters, you know, that didn't bother me, because I was sick of the chapters, you know, the way, because they were produced in the same style every time. So a different way they release the content I'm not against. It just has to be what they're releasing and how they're releasing it, and the quality of what it is what is important. Because yeah, the chapters for me were getting very stale. I mean, they didn't even change the number of stuff, you know. I mean, like the same number of world bosses, the same number of trials, the same number of dungeons, the same number of quests, and it was just completely just reskinned on just a different zone. So like, obviously I want to explore the zones and that. You want to have new content, and it is technically new content, but it's just, you know, the same recipe, and changing up the recipe now and again I think was long overdue. Clarity is needed for 2025, yeah. Just be upfront about what is going on, what you're going to be expecting, and that's all we need really. Like, it's not really a lot to ask, you know. But at the end of the day, there's always going to be people hate on whatever they do, you know, but they haven't handled things exceptionally well, unfortunately. You know, lots of communication with the actual community is key, and just being clear and concise and upfront about what they're doing. There's not a lot to ask, and that is going to renew confidence in the game, you know, with a lot of players, because I think the confidence with the game at the moment is at an all-time low, and it needs a good injection of some confidence in what is going to be happening, you know, and the direction they're going to be going. And like you said, clarity, you know, that is key. You know, what are you doing? What can we expect? And, you know, if you regain the confidence of the community, then the game will perform well. But if there is a low confidence, you know, and like I said, there's no clarity, lack of clarity, then this is where you start to have problems. But yeah, I'm glad my YouTube short stream has been successful. I've not really had any audio problems. I've not really had any lag, because I was a bit worried, because I'm not actually... I normally run, when I'm doing a stream, I run like a direct Ethernet cable, so there's no lag, and I'm actually running off just a little Wi-Fi USB, and it seems to be alright. I'm pleased with that. The art of Kwama egg cooking. That's weird to see 3 shroom beetles out of 4 in one spot. 5, my god, that's quite a lot. I want to stay here now. Where am I? I'm marking that. Well, I'm going to be looking to getting the talk collected soon. Yes, it's definitely nice to have, because again, the reason I wanted it on PC is because I don't have access to tons of sets. As you can see, you know, I haven't got loads. So, and with the talk, you can put it on any class, any character, you know, and you're generally going to perform pretty well. You know, is it best in slot? It's definitely up there, as long as you build correctly. And you know, I haven't got to keep worrying about what sets or what I've got on. It's just nice to have, because I don't want to refarm everything on, you know, that I've got on Xbox. So I was basically farming the things on my PC account that I just never had. And obviously not worrying about sets is a big thing when you make a secondary account, so I thought, you know what, that's definitely worth getting. But yeah, it is a pain. It's a pain to get. But it's a necessary evil for a second account. Just started doing the Dragon Guard achievement where the chest spawns daily in Southern Elsewhere. Yeah, I think I did do that on Xbox. We'll come back to that bit. I have plenty to keep me busy, yeah. That's what I mean, like, if there isn't any new content for a couple of months, you know, I can still do PvP builds and stuff, and I'm still happy with what there is, because really there is a lot of content, you know. It doesn't like, I don't need constant new stuff every 2 seconds, you know, it's just, I think it's just because the BGs, it was a very small content update, it was just BGs, and, you know, I played them for a few weeks and it just got a little bit stale, so I still do them, but, you know, it's just sort of looking for something a bit more now. After, it happens every couple of months, that they release something within about 2, you know, months or something, you're looking for something else. Particularly if you're sort of at the end game of the game, you've done most things. Tons of treasure maps and a bank full of writs to do. Yeah, nice. I've got tons of writs, I just can never be bothered to do them on my Xbox. Oh, I thought I got something then. I just picked up some additional loot from them creatures, it confused me. Probably should have got that wage shrine, would have been handy. I've got so many writ vouchers though, not sure what to spend them all on. Yeah, I've never really had a huge amount of writ vouchers. But I know there's probably, you can sell like transmute stations. If you've got quite a lot, you can buy the expensive furnishings with writ vouchers and then resell them on guild traders if you buy the correct ones. I'm not 100% sure on which the best ones are, and then just check what the resale value is on them. Yeah, just basically anyone that's got, you know, it's probably a lot of writ vouchers. It's like 500 writ vouchers, it's probably going to resell fairly well. But I think, yeah, the transmute stations, I'm sure you can buy them as a furnishing, you know, and players are always going to want those. Or like maybe one of the training dummies, I think, that's there. And then just see, you know, what is, and then just see what they're being priced at before you invest in one and purchase one. But yeah, I think I'll leave it there, guys. So thank you to everyone that's tuned in to the stream. Like I said, it was more just a test stream just to see me doing a stream, and it was successful, so that's good. So yeah, I'll try and do them more regularly. Now I've got it all set up and the PC finally all sorted. Maybe a profitable way to spend my vouchers. Yeah, I mean, if you just want to get gold, probably them transmute stations might be worth getting. But yeah, so yeah, catch me in the next stream, guys. As I said, I'll probably drop that. I'll probably drop that build tomorrow if I can, which is the kitty claws. I've got all the clips and that together, so it's just a matter of me just sorting it all out. That'll probably be my next video. So catch me in the next stream, and I'll see you soon.